Now,
Hey, coach.
when Sam faces a defense like Buffalo, what are like two or three of the bullet points you have to stress to him to be on guard for?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Rich. The biggest thing, especially when you play Buffalo, is you got to do a good job taking care of the football. That's going to be number one versus this team. They're very last year. They haven't played a game this year yet, obviously, but very good pass defense. They know how to rush the passer. The one thing that Sean and Leslie do a really good job of is they know how to attack protections. And you have to be on top of your rules, on top of your hots, on top of your sights. And it's really those things that are the most important to the quarterback and the offensive unit.
Dowell, with so many guys who missed training camp time at receiver, Perriman, Mims, what do you expect from your passing game? Can those guys get in a rhythm with Sam, or are they going to need time as the game goes on?
Yes, sir, Ryan. We anticipate them going out and playing well. That's the expectation. I think that's their expectation. That they're working hard right now, learning the game plan, getting used to playing, going against our first opponent with no preseason games. So it's been an exciting week, but we expect to be able to go out and execute.
Now, one thing that Buffalo, I guess, has kind of become known for over the past couple of years is how good they play quarters and cover four defense. I was wondering if you could talk about, what kind of challenges that type of defense presents for an offense.
Yeah, Charles, that's a really good question because one of the things that we don't do here in New York, Coach Williams does not play quarters. So it will be our first exposure to quarters. In Buffalo, the clinic goes on in Buffalo. They play it as well as anyone. And there's a lot of principles in their quarters. They play palms. They have the ability to cloud it. They have the ability to run triangles. So it's definitely a challenge. It's something we haven't seen yet, but you rely on your scout teams and your preparation of studying the tape and getting these looks carded up and going against them in practice.
What can having a healthy Chris Herndon do for you guys as an offense?
Yeah, Chris, that's a great question. He's a guy that can control the middle of the field. He's a guy that the quarterback has a lot of faith in. The year before we got here, he and Sam had they had good chemistry together, and it's someone that Sam believes in. He's a game plan player. We missed him last year, even though we had some guys filling in and doing a nice job. But Chris is definitely a different player, and we're excited to have him.
As much as
challenge is it for your offensive line, which is a new unit with 5 new starters, basically, with Alex playing with 4 new guys against this defensive front?
Dan, it's gonna be a challenge. This is a good unit, and they do a really good job running 3- and 4-man games, which tests the chemistry of your offensive line. We need to be able to pass those things, but we also see in practice from our defense, and everyone has the same number of practices, the same number of reps. So we got to go out and execute and do it. Like we've been practicing it. We give them all the looks that they're going to see in the games, and we have to go do it.
As much as you like Mackay and you've been impressed by what you've seen in training camp, is there still an air of uncertainty? Because you've never seen him in a game before. So I would think that would have to be somewhat of a mystery man, so to speak. Is that one of the things that causes you a little angst as you're going into Sunday?
Rich, that's where some of our excitement comes from because we know what this player is, and we're really excited to see him get out there and play against someone else. We've seen him against our guys all through training camp, and the maturity he has for a young player. He's a very serious guy. You don't see any goofing off, and you see a guy that comes to work focused every day. We're really excited about the player. We're really excited to see him compete against someone else and do those things.
Specific to Perriman, Coach, have you seen it where a guy maybe struggles for 2 or 3 years and then all of a sudden it just clicks for him? I know it wasn't with you guys last year, but it seemed Perriman really found himself at the end of last year. Have you seen that before where a guy who comes in with big potential just kind of it clicks in his 3rd or 4th year like that?
Ryan, when we were in Tennessee, we signed Delaney Walker, who was kind of an under the radar player that ended up being an all-pro player. And we saw on tape the ability he had. There's so many different things, Ryan, that go into that. It's system fit, it's availability, it's quarterback, it's offensive line. And there's so many things that sometimes as players are out of your control. And what he did a great job of, especially the last half of the season, when he got his opportunity and the ball was starting to come his way, he maximized his opportunity and really put some impressive tape together the last 8 to 10 weeks of the season. I think it's just sometimes it's maximize your opportunity when it comes and being ready. His story, he had to battle through a lot of things and being a first round pick and moving on. And there's a lot of things that come with that. And there's a lot of pressure and expectations, but it's really a testament to the kid's the character he has and his professional way. And we're really excited that we have him here.
Dowell with Herndon last year, Adams has been very complimentary of him. You guys expect big things from him, but with what he went through last year, did you as a coach or as a staff have to kind of take him aside and keep his confidence up because he had so many setbacks with the suspension and injuries, knowing that he could be such a big piece of your offense?
Yeah, Dennis, it's easy to be for us. It's easy for us to coach Chris. It's easy to be around Chris because you guys see it every day when you interact with him in interviews. He's a special kid. He's a unique kid, and he really cares about the team. And it was sometimes you got to put your arm around him and love him up a little bit because he wants to be out there with the guys and contribute and go to war with these guys and practice and do all those things. And it was a hard year for Chris. It was a challenging year for Chris. It was challenging for Sam not having him because Sam believes in the players so much. And when we first got here, we saw the talent he had. We got really excited about the different things you could do from a game plan standpoint. But it really comes to light as a coach and as a teammate when you get to know the kid and you get to know what he's about and how hard he works and how much he cares. He's definitely a guy that's easy to pull for it. And, we're really fired up that he's healthy and we're rolling into week 1 with him back out there with us.
Any more for Coach?
Dal, this might just be a little bit of bookkeeping here, but are you going to have the challenge flag again this season?
Well, I don't know if Coach Gase will let me reveal that secret right now. That's definitely a question for him, but it's something I'm going to get some throws in just in case I need it. I had too many critics last year. You guys were hard on me, I heard.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach.
You guys have a good one. Appreciate you guys.